Al-Haq, Pakistan's ambassador to France. Thanks very much for being with us today. We equally have France 24's Mark Perman, our politics editor. If I can start with you, Mr. Al-Haq, can you firstly clarify the situation? I mean, particularly when it comes to pilots. Pakistan saying it's shot down 2 planes, it's holding 2 pilots. India, of course, coming back and saying, well, we've shot down a Pakistani plane. Where do things stand?
Yes, thank you, first of all, for having me on your program. You must have seen the statement issued by the Pakistan Foreign Office this morning, and also by the Director General of ISPR, of the Armed Forces of Pakistan, and clarifying that Pakistan has shot 2 Indian airplanes, jet aircrafts, which violated Pakistan airspace. The wreckage of one fell in the Pakistan administered Kashmir, and the second one we think that the wreckage has been on the other side of the border, LOC. And to my knowledge, at this point there is 1 Indian pilot in custody of Pakistan.
So not 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, as of now, but I don't have any authentic news on that, but I'm seeing it from the media that at least 1 Indian pilot is in our custody.
Right. Your Prime Minister spoke recently today. He said, history tells us that wars are full of miscalculation. We should sit down and talk with India. Clearly, he doesn't want further escalation.
Definitely, Mark. Prime Minister Imran Khan, from the day he took oath of his office, he has been offering peace talks to India. And clearly, today's statement was the continuation of our very strong policy that Pakistan-India issues have to be resolved through talks and peaceful dialogue. And today, the National Command Authority of Pakistan met. Prime Minister chaired that. And after that, he issued this statement where you can see the clear policy of Pakistan not to escalate, to diffuse this situation, which is not of Pakistan's making. It was unfortunate act of aggression taken by India yesterday. You must have seen that. And what we did today is clearly as part of our self-defense.
Does this mean, in a very, very concrete term, that today's operation by Pakistan was a one-off, that now, okay, you said you've retaliated to India's rare incursion into Pakistani territory yesterday, and now you want to stop this?
Yes. Yesterday, the National Security Committee met, and they clearly said that this aggression will be responded. And what we did today was to respond and clearly demonstrate Pakistan's will, right, and capacity for self-defense. So we have clearly stated today also that we do not want any escalation, and we will resolve our issues through peaceful means.
I mean, as things appear to heat up between Pakistan and India, there are a number of accusations being levelled by both countries. One of those coming from India is the fact that Pakistan is essentially harbouring groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed, for example. What do you respond to that accusation from India?
We have totally rejected that false accusation. Pakistan is a victim of terrorism, and we have lost 60,000 of our civilians and armed forces people in this war on terror. So we know the pain and suffering that a country can go through because of terrorism. And all these terrorist groups and militant organizations are banned in Pakistan. Prime Minister also categorically said that these all people who if they use Pakistan territory, they are enemies of Pakistan. So we will not allow anyone to use our territory, and we have asked India if they have any proof of involvement of any group in Pakistan, they have to share with us, not to take unilateral action, which is totally unjust and illegal under the international law.
But clearly India doesn't trust you. They said that their incursion, the first one since 1971, into Pakistan territory was motivated by the fact that they bombed a camp of Jaish and Mohammed inside Pakistan. What's your response to that?
Yeah, of course, Mark, there is a degree of mistrust on both sides. India claim of attacking a Jaish-e-Mohammed trading camp.
That's not true?
That's not true.
What did they bomb then?
I don't know. They bombed a set of trees in a forest.
Did they kill people?
There was no casualty in Pakistan. There was no damage to any property. We were so fortunate that these bombs, whatever were dropped, they were dropped in a forest.
So it's fake news from India?
So, I mean, India is trying to use this propaganda for their own domestic means. And we have been saying again and again, and we have alerted the international community to stop this warmongering in India, which started with the start of the Pulwama attack, immediate accusations on Pakistan. And the Indians, this notion of Indian right to attack Pakistan has no basis in international law. This preemptive strike, which India said, it is against UN Charter. You cannot allow any country to make a case, make an accusation, and start attacking another country. The UN Charter was made for this thing.
I mean, you spoke a little earlier about the fact that these terrorist groups being enemies, essentially, of Pakistan. There will be those, and there has been the question raised, what is Pakistan doing actively to get rid of these kinds of groups?
You know, all these terrorist organizations have been banned in Pakistan. They are proscribed. Their assets have been frozen. Their movements are being monitored. And most importantly, Pakistan conducted a very comprehensive military operation for the last 2-3 years, which has been accepted and recognized by the world over. We have completely broken the backbone of the terrorist infrastructure in our country. All those areas which were very critical areas have been cleared. Now the reconstruction is taking place. Hospitals, schools, and roads are being built on those places. So this is something which is being recognized internationally.
Well, not exactly, because a country like France, for instance, officially urged Pakistan to rein in the terrorist groups on its soil. So clearly they don't trust that those groups are banned, maybe even prosecuted and eliminated. What's your response to France saying that? And it's not the only Western country saying that.
We have seen that statement, and we have
clearly disagree.
We are disagree with that statement. We are little disappointment with that statement, that it does not take into account what Pakistan has suffered as a victim of terrorism, what Pakistan has done and achieved to eliminating terrorism from our soil and our region also.
But it says France doesn't trust Pakistan. The U.S. is the same.
We continue to talk with France, and we hope that they will have we have an understanding. We have a close counterterrorism cooperation with France also, and we continue to talk and see that how we can resolve it together. I think blame game is not a point scoring against each other is not a solution of this issue. We have to talk to each other and cooperate with each other.
One of the latest reactions that has come out, just having a look here, would be from the UK urging both sides, both Pakistan and India, to use restraint when it comes to going forward. How concerned are you that things could escalate further?
Sorry.
So I'm just saying that the British Prime Minister has come out and urged both sides to use restraint going forward. How concerned are you personally, as Pakistan's ambassador to France, that things could deteriorate further?
I hope not, because I think the better sense will prevail. There is a concern that international community is not playing its role, especially the members of the permanent members of the Security Council, France including, and we hope that they will be able to play a role, urge India to heed to the offer given by Pakistan of talks, because I think we have seen in our region that military force is not a solution. It has to, whatever the problems that two countries have in Kashmir, it has to be resolved through peace.
Do you think international mediation is necessary to bridge the gap between both sides, or it's only direct talks that will bear fruit?
I think international mediation will greatly help resolve this tension in our region. India has refused to talk to us. I mean, so many offers have been given. And whenever a third party wants to intervene, India says it's a bilateral issue. And when bilaterally we want to engage with India, India say we don't want to talk. So I think important countries, powers need to play their role and diffuse this situation.
OK, Moin al-Haq, you're Pakistan's ambassador to France. Thank you for your time today, and equally to France 24's Mark